Hey, I'm Pete with Pristine Tile and Grout Restoration. I'm just going to show you a couple of tips about shower regrouting. We do a lot of these. I've done hundreds of them, and it's not too difficult if you do use the right tools. Over here, we have three tools that we mainly use. This is a grout removal tool with a carbide triangle tip, a utility knife, which is nice because it's easy loading. You can take the blade in and out real easy and switch them out to keep sharp blades all the time. And this one here you can find at Harbor Freight or even some auto supply stores. The ones at Home Depot and Lowe's, the glass scrapers, are junk and they don't last one job. So anyway, what I do is I start with this and we go around the whole shower and we keep our hand here just like that. And we chip out 90% of the grout. We do all the vertical lines like this, and then we do all the horizontal lines. After we've gone around the whole shower with that, then we come back with the utility knife and nice sharp blade, and we go right down like that, and it takes out the rest of it. It's very important that you get out as much of the grout as you can, the old grout, so the new grout has a home to set up in and will be good and strong. If you just float new grout on top of the old grout, it's not going to hold up, it's not going to work. Next thing I'll show you is the caulk beads. I've already removed the nasty black caulk bead around the tub, and usually the ones up the walls aren't so bad, but you can take the utility knife and just run it on both sides of the caulk bead like that, and you can take out the bulk of it. And then again, you can use this flat scraper to just give it that, and it takes out the rest. And then after we've floated on all of our new grout, or actually before we float on the grout, we take acetone and we wipe all the corners and the edges and make sure that there's no body oils or soap scum that can prevent a good bond with the caulk to the corners of the tiles. So anyway, that's how we do it. I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully it was helpful to you. Have a good day. Bye. Just when you. Hi, Pete. I'm back. I just want to show you where we've cleaned out all the grout joints. If you want to zoom in here, this is what it should look like when we're ready to grout. We've removed all the caulk along the corners and the edges, and we've removed all the grout from between the tiles. So now we're ready. We got a good surface and we're ready to grout. Always want to use a good grout float, and we have our grout all mixed up right here. This should be consistent like peanut butter. You should be able to pick it up and it's not going to drop off of the trowel. And then we're ready to go with our bucket of lukewarm water and a grout sponge. And you want to work fairly quickly because this sets up pretty quickly, so we want to get all the way around the shower pretty quickly. So we just take a nice glob like that onto and then take our grout float. If you want, you can actually get the grout float just slightly damp with the water like that. It makes floating a little bit easier. Then you just want to push it into the grout joints like that, move it along pretty quickly, and just, you can push it in like that. And then you come back and do an initial sweep like that on a 45-degree angle and take off the excess. And then just move down the wall a little bit. Now, it doesn't set up that fast. When I first started doing this 7 years ago, I used to panic because I moved too slow. By the time I got to the other end of the shower, it was setting up, and I would panic and all that, but it's no need for that. Just move along in a good clip and you'll be okay. Pushing it in, and then 45 off. Hi, back again. Okay, we floated on all the grout. Now if you notice in the corners, I did not pack grout in there, and the reason I do that is because I don't want to have to make a second trip tomorrow or the next day to come back and caulk them. This way, even after I'm done sponging, I take a blade and I just make sure I clean any wet grout out of there, and in a couple hours we're good to go caulk right on the corners and the edges. So to sponge, and this is really important because this is where most new guys mess up, is you don't want to overwork the grout. You don't want to pull all that cement that's holding it together to the surface and out by overworking it with too much water. You just want to get your sponge good and wet, give it a good wring out, and give it one quick wipe and leave it. You don't want to continue to do over there and then come back and keep touching up. You just want to work the joints and rub them out, even them out, and what you'll notice is once it starts setting up and drying after you sponge it, you'll see a haze form over the tile, and that's normal. Some people that never grouted before, they get nervous when they see that. They think they left grout on the tile, but that, as you'll see in our last step, that buffs right off, and you vacuum it up and you're done. So that's all there is to it, is just sponge like that, clean off the excess, and that's it. Okay, we just got back from lunch. The grout's been put in about an hour ago, and now we just take a clean white towel and buff the haze off, and it puts a nice polish on the tile as well. And then we'll go back and caulk the corners and the edges. If you notice, Repeat there is wearing a respirator. Very important. This grout dust, you don't want to breathe it in. It's about as good as red out on an iron for you, so you don't want to breathe in the grout dust. Anyway, we'll be back in a few minutes with the caulk job. Alright, we're back. We're to the final stage. We're going to caulk the shower. For these ordinary builder's grade showers and tub surrounds, we use the GE silicone. It's a little bit cheaper. 100% silicone does a good job. For custom showers, we use sandstone beige is this one. It's the Tech AccuColor we use. We did a little repair in the master bathroom with that. This is a little more expensive, but it's a great product. Anyway, we buffed everything out, got it looking good. Now we're going to caulk the corners and the edges. And just a little tip, some of you may know this, but these caulk guns, they come with a little, in this hole right here, there's a blade that you can cut the tube with. And then there's also a reamer out there. You can open the tube like that, so you never need a knife or anything like that. So I like these ratchet ones, work well. We're just going to take that and go right down the corner like that. And take your finger good and wet and just tool it right nice and smooth like that. Perfect bead all the way down. And then come up from the bottom. And then there you have it. We do the same thing up the other corner and all the way around the tub. And it's as good as new and watertight. We're just finishing up here. Just to recap everything, this job took about 5 hours. It's now 2 o'clock. We got here at 9 o'clock this morning. I started by cutting out all the grout and caulk in this shower while my son Pete did this floor. He cut out all the grout there. Then we floated on the new grout, sponged it off with the grout sponge, and we went to lunch for an hour while this was setting up. Then we came back and buffed it all and worked on the corners and the edges. As you can see, we did the corners and edges. We put a little bead around the soap dish, is always a nice finishing touch, as well as around these fixtures. We put a small bead around there. Gives it a nice finishing touch, make sure everything's watertight. And we also do a bead strictly cosmetic, but we go around the toilet bowl, gives it a nice finished, clean look. So that's pretty much it. Now we started again at 9 o'clock. We finished at 2. This was 500 for this. We did 200 on the floor, which was kind of an added thing to give a little discount on that. And we had a $50 repair in the other shower. So a total day done by 2 o'clock, $750. It's a pretty good day. We still have time if we wanted to do a carpet cleaner or something like that to hit our $1,000 goal. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching.